Good morning, everyone. As the sun rises over the southeast, a sense of unease hangs in the air. Today is not just another winter morning. Communities from Georgia to the Carolinas are waking up to urgent warnings and a growing sense of anticipation. For many, snow is a rare sight, but this time, the forecast is calling for something truly extraordinary. A major winter storm is targeting the southeast, bringing rare and potentially historic snow to millions. Palm trees and magnolias, more accustomed to sunshine, are now being dusted with thick, wet snow. For residents, it's a surreal scene, one that hasn't been witnessed in decades, if ever. This nor'easter is packing heavy snow, powerful winds, and dangerously cold temperatures, an unusual threat for states like Georgia and South Carolina. Winds are expected to howl through city streets, creating blizzard-like conditions and reducing visibility to near zero at times. Icy roads and drifting snow will make travel treacherous, even for the most experienced drivers. Nor'easters usually hit New England, but this one's southern track is what makes it so concerning. The storm's path is unusual, and meteorologists are closely monitoring its every move as it barrels toward areas unaccustomed to such severe winter weather. The storm is expected to rapidly intensify, a process called bombogenesis, fueling stronger winds and heavier snow. This rapid strengthening means conditions could deteriorate quickly, catching some off guard if they're not prepared. Forecasters are on high alert as this system could cause widespread disruptions. Emergency management teams are coordinating with local officials, and meteorologists are working around the clock to provide the latest updates and warnings. Impacts will stretch from Georgia up the coast, with major travel disruptions and likely power outages. Highways that are usually busy could become impassable, and airports are bracing for a wave of cancellations and delays. Utility crews are already on standby, preparing to respond to downed power lines and outages that could leave thousands in the dark. Roads will become slick and dangerous, and many flights will be canceled. Authorities are urging everyone to avoid unnecessary travel and to check with airlines before heading to the airport. Even short trips could become hazardous as snow and ice accumulate. Residents in the hardest-hit areas could face days without power and bitter cold. With temperatures expected to plunge, staying warm will be a challenge, especially for those without electricity or adequate heating. Local shelters are preparing to open their doors to anyone in need. This is a serious situation. Everyone in the storm's path needs to be prepared. Stock up on essentials like food, water, batteries, and blankets. Make sure your devices are charged and have a plan in place in case you lose power or need to seek shelter. Take warnings seriously, make final preparations today, and plan to stay home until the storm passes. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with special needs, and help each other get ready for what could be a long and difficult few days. Stay tuned for updates as this powerful system unfolds. We'll continue to bring you the latest information, safety tips, and live reports as the storm moves through. Your safety is our top priority. Please stay safe, stay warm, and stay informed. Governors in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia have declared states of emergency ahead of the storm. This move allows states to mobilize resources, deploy the National Guard, and speed up disaster response. Utility crews from other states are on standby to restore power quickly. Officials are staging snowplows, salt trucks, and emergency teams in the hardest-hit areas. The message is clear. Finalize your preparations and stay off the roads once the weather deteriorates. Heed these warnings to keep yourself and first responders safe. You've probably heard the term bombogenesis tossed around during winter storm coverage, and while it might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, it's actually a real and fascinating meteorological phenomenon. The word itself comes from bomb and genesis, meaning the birth or creation of something explosive in nature. But what does it really mean, and why does it matter so much to weather forecasters and the public? Bombogenesis is a technical term used by meteorologists to describe a storm that rapidly intensifies in a very short period of time. It's not just a buzzword, it's a process that can turn an ordinary low-pressure system into a major, potentially dangerous storm in less than a day. Specifically, bombogenesis occurs when a storm's central pressure drops by at least 24 millibars within 24 hours. This rapid drop in pressure is a sign that the storm is gaining strength at an exceptional rate. The lower the pressure, the more intense the storm becomes, often leading to extreme weather conditions. As the pressure plummets, the atmosphere responds with powerful winds that can reach hurricane force, whipping through city streets, bending trees, and churning up massive waves along coastlines. This transformation can happen so quickly that communities may have little time to prepare for the onslaught. Bombogenesis most often takes place over the ocean, especially along the east coast of the United States. Here, frigid air masses from the land collide with warm, moisture-laden air over the Atlantic. This clash of temperatures and moisture is the perfect recipe for explosive storm development. In the case of the current storm, meteorologists are watching as it taps into the warm waters of the Atlantic and the cold, dense air streaming down from the north. This combination sets the stage for bombogenesis, creating a storm system that is not only stronger, but also capable of producing heavier snow, more intense winds, and widespread impacts. The result? Blinding blizzard conditions, with snow falling so heavily and winds blowing so fiercely that visibility drops to near zero. Roads become impassable, power outages become likely, and travel grinds to a halt. For those caught in the path, it's a situation that can quickly turn dangerous. That's why forecasters are sounding the alarm for the southeast this weekend. The region is bracing for a storm that could intensify rapidly, leaving little time for last-minute preparations. Emergency alerts and storm warnings are already being issued as experts track the storm's progress. When bombogenesis is in the forecast, it means communities need to act fast. People rush to stock up on essentials, secure their homes, and make plans to stay safe. The window for preparation shrinks as the storm strengthens, and the risks of severe impacts, from power outages to dangerous travel, increase dramatically. Bombogenesis isn't just another snowstorm. It's a high-energy event that brings multiple hazards at once: heavy snow, fierce winds, coastal flooding, and even the potential for thunder and lightning within the snow itself. A phenomenon known as thunder snow. Airports may shut down, emergency vehicles struggle to get through, and daily life is disrupted on a massive scale. So, as this powerful system approaches, stay alert and be ready for rapidly changing conditions. Understanding bombogenesis can help you prepare for what's coming and stay safe when the weather takes a dramatic turn. Here's the timeline. Light snow starts this afternoon in Georgia and South Carolina. The main event hits Saturday morning, with heavy snow bands moving inland as the storm intensifies. Cities like Columbia, Charlotte, and Raleigh are in the bullseye for the heaviest snow. North Carolina could see the highest totals, with 5 to 8 inches common and some spots possibly reaching double digits. Even a few inches can cause major problems in the southeast. Winter storm warnings stretch from Georgia to Maryland, lasting through Sunday. Prepare now and plan to be off the roads by tonight. This storm is a triple threat, bringing together heavy snow, powerful winds, and dangerously low temperatures. It's not just another winter day, it's a severe weather event that will test the limits of our preparedness and resilience. The snow will fall fast and thick, blanketing everything in sight and reducing visibility to just a few feet at times. Wet, heavy snow will quickly accumulate on tree branches and power lines, weighing them down and increasing the risk of widespread power outages. Utility crews will be working around the clock, but the sheer volume of snow and the relentless wind will make their job even more challenging. Downed lines and fallen trees could leave neighborhoods in the dark for hours, or even days. Roads will become treacherous as snow piles up and visibility drops. Even experienced drivers will find it difficult to navigate the slick, icy surfaces. Travel during the height of the storm could be life-threatening, with the risk of getting stranded or involved in accidents rising dramatically. Emergency services may not be able to reach you quickly if you get stuck. Winds could gust up to 45 miles per hour, whipping the snow into blinding whiteouts and creating blizzard or near-blizzard conditions. These powerful gusts will make it nearly impossible to see or move safely outdoors, and the wind chill will make the cold feel even more intense. Blowing and drifting snow will quickly cover roads, making them impassable and trapping vehicles in deep drifts. Snowplows will struggle to keep up, and abandoned cars may block emergency routes. If you become stranded, help could be hours away. After the snow ends, a surge of Arctic air will sweep in, plunging temperatures into the teens and single digits. The cold will be relentless, turning slush to ice and making any time spent outdoors dangerous. Pipes could freeze, and homes without power will lose heat quickly. Wind chills will drop near zero or even below, making it feel much colder than the actual temperature. In these conditions, frostbite can occur in less than 30 minutes, and hypothermia becomes a real threat, especially for those without adequate shelter or heat. The combination of heavy snow, fierce wind, and extreme cold creates a perilous situation for everyone: residents, emergency crews, and utility workers alike. Responders will be stretched thin, and even simple tasks will become difficult and dangerous. Now is the time to prepare. Make sure you have an emergency kit with food, water, flashlights, batteries, and warm clothing. Charge your devices, check on neighbors, and have a plan in case you lose power for an extended period. The safest place to be is indoors. Stay home, stay warm, and avoid unnecessary travel until the storm passes and conditions improve. Your safety and the safety of your loved ones depend on it. Coastal areas face additional threats, powerful winds and coastal flooding. Strong northeasterly winds will push water ashore, risking significant flooding in low-lying areas. If peak winds hit at high tide, flooding could be severe, similar to a hurricane storm surge. Large waves will cause beach erosion, damaging dunes, and leaving communities more vulnerable. Secure outdoor items and be ready to evacuate if local officials order it. Never drive through flooded roads. Turn around. Don't drown. State and local officials are working non-stop to prepare for the storm. Crews are treating roads with brine and staging plows and salt spreaders in key locations. Airlines have issued travel waivers, and Amtrak has suspended some service. Officials warn that during the storm's peak, roads will be impossible to keep clear. The message: stay home to keep yourself safe and give crews space to work. Georgia and the Carolinas are urging residents to avoid all non-essential travel. Once conditions deteriorate, travel will be dangerous and hinder emergency response. Help first responders by staying put until the storm passes. This nor'easter follows a recent crippling ice storm in the southeast. Many trees and power lines are still weakened, raising the risk of new outages. Utility crews are bracing for another round of damage and long hours. Road crews are stretched thin after back-to-back storms. Residents are feeling weather fatigue, but preparation is more important than ever. The recent ice storm is a reminder. Have a stocked emergency kit and a plan for power outages. Listen to officials and stay safe as the region faces another major challenge. As the storm moves out Sunday, the danger isn't over. Deep snow and Arctic air will linger, making travel and recovery difficult. Stay off roads to allow crews to clear snow and restore power. Black ice will be a hazard as melted snow refreezes at night. Check on neighbors, especially the vulnerable, and use warming shelters if needed. Cleanup will be strenuous. Take breaks and stay safe. Never use generators indoors due to carbon monoxide risk. The storm will move up the coast, but the southeast will need time to recover. Patience and safety are key. Look out for one another and follow official guidance.